Ryan and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Ryan and Kenzie on Q101. We will have a new keyword in about 5 minutes for Ticket Butts Thursday. But first, some music and entertainment news for you. Jane's Addiction, who we talked about, obviously, all week long, of them breaking up from the fight last weekend on stage. Perry Farrell punching Dave Navarro, the guitar player. And then there's deciding to call it quits. They really couldn't get over that. So the Chicago show at the Aragon, September 24th, is gone. And I was really looking forward to it. Love them. And, boy, just a really weird ending. However, I don't love them so much right now because they dropped a song called True Love now 2 days after they essentially break up and probably will never talk to each other again until they need a little bit of money. But they dropped a song. So now I'm saying, were we punked?
In what
I think
way?
so.
That they made this whole act on stage to get attention for the new song coming out?
Yeah, I think so. Because what are the odds they do this right before a song drops and then they break up, but you put out a song, so you're not broken up?
I don't know.
It's like J-Lo and Ben Affleck. You just had a brunch. You're not broken up. Same thing.
Wow, good point, Kenzie.
You're welcome.
I think they're still broken up, though.
But they're not. They put out a song. That's togetherness.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was talking about J-Lo and Ben.
Oh, I don't know what they're doing.
But Jane's Addiction. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought maybe we got punked in this whole thing and it was all an act to get attention for the new song. Am I being too weird conspiracy theory based here?
I don't know. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, did a tree fall in the forest? Because I think a lot of people are just now learning that Jane's Addiction released a new song this week.
I almost don't want to play a little clip of it because I feel like I've been punked.
I'll play a little clip of it.
Okay, so here's a little clip. It's called True Love, and they dropped it after kind of breaking up. Kenzie, you like it? You were bobbing your head a little bit?
I like it.
Does not sound like a Jane's Addiction song.
No.
Maybe they're going to rename the band. They're like, wow, we broke up. We dropped this song. We're somebody else.
Yeah, we're Linkin Park now.
Have you guys heard of this band Oasis? That's us now.
It sounds like a little Oasis-y.
But Home and Case has to love it.
Well, it's not as good as Oasis.
Settle down.
I don't know. I just thought it seems
I like it. It's very vibey.
Odd timing that they had this big fight and the whole week, the whole world's talking about them, and they got back together for the first time in 30 years. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little weird.
I think you're right.
Whether I'm weird or I'm right about the thing.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
All right, more music entertainment
All the
news.
above.
More on Diddy. More on Sean Diddy Combs, who we talked about
Let's
yesterday.
talk Diddy, baby.
Well, we've told you that he offered $50 million to the judge to just let him stay at home. He says he promises he'll only stay in Miami and New York. He won't leave the country, and he'll show up for the court case against them of sex crime charges. It's sickening. And now he says they said no to that, by the way.
No.
$50 million. I don't think anybody in history has offered that kind of money to stay out of jail.
That's a lot.
And he also now is just saying he's begging. I promise if you let me go home, I won't have women at my house.
This is like what my son Tristan sounds like when he wants to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, there's going to be parents there. I want to have any soda. We will not watch PG-13 movie. It's like, okay, just sit. Stop it. You're not going.
You're not going.
The judge is like, that's enough, Diddy.
Yeah.
It's enough.
That has to be the only plea deal in history where it's like, I will not hang out with women. I promise.
I like what the judge is doing because he's trying to show Diddy that no means no. It's a learning lesson.
Yeah.
It's a shame you learn it this late in life.
Yes, and he's like, the judge is like, I have to take it upon myself to show you an example of this.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're 50 now, but no one told you that consent's
Yeah.
important.
Yes.
Well, listen, so he's still in jail, and I think he's afraid he's going to get killed in jail.
I would be if I was him.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's locked up in total, isolation.
Oh, just like Epstein was?
Oh.
I fell down a rabbit hole last night where I was so mad at myself. You know, like when articles take a really long time to get to the point and then you're pissed when you get to the point? Because it said, you won't believe Diddy's first meal in jail. I'm like, well, I'm going to read this.
This is the hard-hitting news you like.
But before you continue, God, do I want to know that.
I know. It was like a 10-minute read, first of all. I'm like, okay, then ads are popping up and it's this Arthur's journey in life. Then we get there. It wasn't even bad. Swedish meatballs was his first meal.
Oh.
With noodles and like vegetables. I'm like, I may make that tomorrow. That sounds delicious. Like they had egg noodles with Swedish meatballs. What is he at IKEA?
I was going to say.
It's fantastic.
Those are good.
And then the article's just filling. It's just filler because it said if he was watching his figure, he could have had the black bean burger. That's what it said in the article.
He has a choice?
I guess. I'm like, this sounds, I don't know what he's complaining
You
about.
get a
but it sounds
menu
delicious.
you get a menu in jail?
I guess Diddy does.
Well,
I was mad. It wasn't in my show prep, guys.
probably offer the judge or the chef $50 million for an option.
No kidding.
And chose Swedish meatballs. All right, more from music and entertainment news. First case, give us an update on how episode 1 was of The Golden Bachelorette.
Did you watch it?
I didn't.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You got to go back and watch it.
It's not good.
Well, it's one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen. My
God.
girlfriend was bawling throughout the episode because it's all of these sweet old guys who lost their wives due to various different illnesses and disease throughout their life.
They all killed him.
They're not all Diddy or OJ.
And they're all just like, oh, I just want one last shot at love, and this woman is so special, and there's these old guys who are so sweet. Again, if you hate the ditziness and the vapidness of the regular Bachelor and Bachelorette series, I get it. No argument from me. This is gut-wrenching. This is powerful
No
television.
kidding.
it was really moving last night.
I struggle. You want to know why I struggle with this show?
Oh, why do you struggle, Kenzie?
Because it's the first episode, correct? Mm-hmm. They think she's so special, it means everything, and they should be with her the rest of their life. Like, I'm not buying it.
Don't you believe in love at first sight?
But, like, they didn't even get to see her till they got there. They were saying this to audition for the show.
People figured it out.
It bothers me.
I know.
I
I
want to
don't
know.
like it. At least on Rock of Love and Flavor of Love, you knew why they were there. It's okay. They're like, we love his music. Here's my boobs.
It's the same thing. In The Bachelorette, they want to get laid too. They just say they want love, but everybody wants to get laid mostly. That's what it is.
This is
Especially
true.
with all that loss. Now, she's 61. We
Yeah.
debated yesterday that's too young to be the Golden Bachelorette. Are
A
these-
lot of the guys are older. A lot of the guys are pushing 70, if not in their 70s.
Yeah, that's what I would hope so to call it golden.
I don't know.
Trust
When
me.
you hit 70, I think you're looking for someone who cooks good food on a daily.
61-year-olds
sex.
women cook good food.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're like sex hunting still. Do you think you will be?
Sex hunting.
Yeah.
If I know Brian, that man's never
Are
given
you
it up.
gonna be like, this is what I need all the time? Would you at 70, do you think you're gonna prefer an awesome dinner or sex? Honestly.
Huh. I haven't thought about it. But I'm gonna. We got a couple more things. In fact, before we continue in this music entertainment news segment that we do, I gotta apologize, and I firmly maybe
You're not listening.
I firmly believe in life you should never apologize unless you absolutely are wrong. That's the only time. A lot of people say I'm sorry when they're not wrong, just to get the conversation moving or to just move on from a situation. You absolutely 100% should apologize when you know you're 100% wrong, and that's what I'm about to do right now, which is very rare on this show.
I've never heard you apologize.
You see? Because I'm not wrong that often. 100% anyway. I was 100% wrong.
What?
About Ryan Seacrest on Wheel of Fortune.
Really?
He is killing it. Now, the first episode I saw a week and a half ago, I trashed the whole thing. I was very upset, emotional about Pat Sajak, Chicago, and a great Chicago radio guy, Pat Sajak, retiring, and how bad the whole presentation was. And I watched 3 in a row last night to catch up because we were out of town.
You binged Wheel of Fortune?
I did.
We can't be behind on that season.
That's right.
That won't make sense.
You don't understand. You got to stay up on it.
Can't watch it out of order.
So I'm making an apology to Wheel of Fortune, to Ryan Seacrest specifically. I'm sorry. I watched American Idol every episode and you kill it. I just didn't think you were right for this job. He is right. He's the only guy that could do it this good. So I apologize. to
Now,
Ryan.
what's gotten better? Is he funny now?
He's gotten funnier. He fell into his own groove. They've altered it a little bit to my complaints about the graphics and
Yeah,
things.
that's probably why they did it.
Yeah, of course they did. I put it up on Twitter. They saw it. I tagged them. So I want that out there. I don't apologize often. When I know I'm wrong, I will apologize. And I was wrong. Ryan Seacrest is perfect for Wheel of Fortune. He's killing it. It's great. It's enjoyable, and I like it.
Could you imagine when they have to replace him in 2 years and Brian's like, no, there's only one host and it's Ryan Seacrest. It's the same thing.
I'm going to defend him to death if they try to replace him. All right, finally, with your music and entertainment news, Saturday Night Live announced season 50 premiere is the 28th, and will host Gene Smart and musical guest Jelly Roll. That's September 28th, by the way. That's the new season. Also coming up, Michael Keaton, October 19th. John Mulaney, November 2nd.
Oh, fun.
And October 5th. We got Coldplay, so that's awesome. That's a musical guest, and comedian Nate Bargatze.
Nate's coming back. He had arguably one of the best skits that SNL has had in like 15 years when he did the George Washington bit. It was unbelievable.
Well, I don't have that ready to go, but I do have some Nate Bargatze for you to enjoy. Really one of the funniest comedians of our time.
Yes.
That's why I get nervous as I get older, because I am already not smart, and I'm in my prime right now. I don't read any books. I don't do it. And I think that matters. I do think that matters. Reading, I believe, is the key to smart. That's what I've always said. And I don't do it because every book is just the most words. It doesn't let up. I mean, every page is more words. It's like, what are you talking about this? Put some blank pages in there. Let me get my head above water for 2 seconds. I want to learn more about history because I don't know anything, and so I'm trying to figure it out. I can tell I don't know anything about history because every history movie I watch on the edge of my seat. What is going to happen? I don't know. I watched the movie Pearl Harbor, and I was as surprised as they were.
The ticket window is open. Ticket Blitz Thursday
On Q101.
Well, Ann in Round Lake was checking in, just waiting for this word. Sorry, we're a couple minutes over, top of 9. So Ann and everybody in Round Lake, everybody else too. Ticket Blitz Thursday for Rainbow Kitten Surprise at Credit Union 1 Arena. It is a week from Saturday. From our great friends at Jam Productions, our great partners. So all you got to do is text the keyword box. Their new album is Love, Hate, Music Box. So box, just that word, B-O-X, to 312-591-8300. Text that right now for your chance to win tickets on Ticket Blitz Thursday every hour today to Rainbow Kitten Surprise at Credit Union 1 Arena, which is the old UIC Pavilion. Same venue. I love that place, by the way. B-O-X. Text that to 312-591-8300 right now.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And, we love obviously supporting local here with Brian and Kenzie all the time with Riot Fest coming up this weekend. So tomorrow through Sunday, Riot Fest is finally here. I feel like we've been talking about it for a year. Ever since the last one ends, we start talking about the next year's Riot Fest. And it was so awesome last year during Kenzie's pregnancy.
Yes.
When she discovered Go Brewing in Naperville.
Well, they were awesome. I was talking on air about how I don't get to celebrate. I don't want a kitty cocktail every time I go somewhere. I want to be able to celebrate even though I'm pregnant. And you guys actually commented under what we were talking about it. We're like, could we come in and bring you a bunch of beverages you're allowed to drink?
Yeah.
And it was life-changing for me. It was a huge game changer.
So we're welcoming back to the studios Matt and Joe from Go Brewing. And thank you guys for coming in.
Thanks for having us here.
And you have a lot to say about Riot Fest because you guys are going to be on site with us at Riot Fest. Well, not just us. You'll be next to us in front of house. You'll have your own booth there, Go Brewing, non-alcoholic beer. And then you'll also be at every location to buy beer at Riot Fest, correct? Anybody going just to get some drinks, you guys are there.
Yeah, and one thing we didn't tell you, Brian, is we're going to have our NA draft there, too. So at the activation right by you, we'll have 3 beers on draft all 3 days. I think it's the first time NA beer is being served on draft at any major music festival.
Wow.
So this is pretty big.
Awesome.
All right.
Cool. It's pretty cool.
Let's go. Well, listen, everybody needs to be safe. We always talk about being careful and safe. And whether you drink alcohol beer or you are someone that only drinks non-alcoholic beer, it's important that you guys are there to have not only what you're offering, but as we discovered last year, the best damn flavors of non-alcoholic beer. I mean, you cannot tell the difference. And I mean that as a beer drinker my whole life.
As a professional.
We'll see that in a minute. Also, at Riot Fest, we're going to do Does It Have Alcohol Challenge. So you're going to come up to our booth. We're going to have some alcoholic beer that we don't make, and we are going to see if people can tell if our beer has alcohol in it or if the other beer has alcohol in it. So it'll be a blind taste test. And we're going to actually do that today in a minute here.
I see you've set up some drinks here, and I'm ready to go.
We have, yeah.
There you go. No pun intended. Right?
So we don't know. We have 4 in front of us. We don't know how many of these do have alcohol.
That's right.
So we have no idea. Okay, we have 4 in front.
There's just a few different styles there.
Yeah. I'm seeing different
Taste.
shades. One's actually kind of orangey. There's a reddy one. It goes
A
like
ready one.
That's how we.
That's how I describe liquor.
That's how we do it too. We say ready, orangey,
Yeah,
whatever
ready
colors.
orangey. This is how I'm going to be ordering tomorrow, so get ready.
And obviously, for our beers in front here, this is what you're doing at Riot Fest. You're not going to tell us what we're drinking because that will give it away.
Correct.
If it's got alcohol
Yeah,
or no
unless
alcohol.
you go to our trailer specifically wanting a beer. But the challenge is just this: you have to tell us which one has alcohol.
Should we get in this right now and do it?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll run you through it. So
Okay.
you have, I will tell you the style. The first one you have is a Pilsner,
Okay.
which is going to be light, crisp, very easy to drink.
Sure.
The second beer in front of you.
I'll tell you what. Hold up while we take a
Hold on.
sip. Let's
All
do
right,
that.
let's go.
So, Kenzie, let's drink these right now.
Alcohol.
All right, Kenzie votes alcohol on one. Brian, what do you think?
I'm saying no alcohol.
Okay.
It tastes delicious, and I could drink 17 of these right now.
That tastes like beer. That's not like, oh, this is blueberry. That's a beer.
Kenzie, I have news for you. They're all going to taste like beer.
But you know what I mean? Because there's beer, and then there's like fancy beer.
Yeah, a Pilsner is one you grab, like you said, when you want to have.
that's
you
like
know,
traditional.
Okay,
Easy to drink, pairs great
Yeah.
with food type of
So,
stuff.
Kenzie, right
the,
now-
the next one is a pale ale.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's take a sip of that. I didn't know a swig, by the way.
No.
Alcohol.
See, I say no alcohol.
Okay.
So far, me and Kenzie have disagreed. She said,
It tastes hoppy though.
hoppy.
It has a hoppy energy.
They're both delicious, by the way. So I don't know. And you guys these are your Go Brewing products right here.
I have. There's
You can't tell us, I know,
I'm mixing
damn
it up, baby.
There's not everyone is. We'll say that.
Yeah, you'll tell us at the end what's what. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
The next one is an IPA.
Now this is the orangey one. You heard me
There you
describe
go.
in
Yeah.
detail earlier.
When we think about innovation, we meet with our head brewer James and we say, "Can we make an orangey one this time?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think I got you."
It's a good call. Halloween's around the
But
corner.
while you're tasting, Brian, you brought up an interesting point about our beer being at the festival, and we just think people deserve the option. You know, and to Joe's point, being one of the first major festivals in the country to pour NA beer, like a kudos to Riot Fest. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great activation out there. Super great lineup, and we're stoked.
It's going to be amazing. So, Kenzie, what do you say on number
I
three?
say alcohol. I'm smelling it.
I'm disagreeing with you on every one. I'm saying no alcohol.
Really?
And
What the
only,
hell?
only because I have.
One of us is going to be right, damn it.
That's
On all of
right.
them.
But I remember when you guys brought in the IPA last year, the non-alcoholic IPA, and I was like, I cannot believe that's a non-alcoholic IPA. You guys make that better than anybody on earth. And so that's why I'm saying no, because I think it's your non-alcoholic IPA.
We'll
I
find
think it
out
is.
shortly.
We have that on draft there too, right?
Yeah, we do at the fest.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is number 4. This is the ready one, right?
This is ready.
And,
Yeah,
As
this
in
is
color?
ready. So this is a berry sour.
a berry
berry
sour. I love sours. Oh, this is summer. I'm so glad
I like it.
global warming finally got here for Riot Fest to be as warm as
Right.
it is this
Yeah.
year.
That was our goal. Yeah. We've been trying to stretch it. This is too good. I'm going to say no alcohol because it tastes so good.
And I'm going to say alcohol. So we disagreed on every one of them.
This
All
is
right.
awesome.
So
Matt,
one of us
what
is
do
going
we
to be
have
right
here?
every
All right, the
single
results
time.
are in.
Okay.
Brian, you were batting 1,000 until you got to the berry. The berry is a non-alcoholic sour made by Go Brewing called
Okay.
New School Sour.
What?
The IPA is in fact our double IPA, not another story.
I knew
not
it.
just
Good
another
job,
story.
Brian.
I knew it.
I'll save the name of the number 2, but that is a popular session IPA with alcohol.
Okay.
And the first one is our Sunbeam Pilsner, no alcohol, non-alcoholic.
Boom.
So 3 NAs and 1 alcoholic version.
I love this
so we
berry
got
one.
you. We got you both. That's how hard it
Yeah.
is to tell.
It's really hard.
And if you're at Riot Fest, come see us and do the challenge, and there'll be prizes for you to get it right.
And that's the whole point of our beer is we had to make it taste like the real thing
yes.
to get that effect that you are drinking a beer, and that's really what helps people curb their cravings. That happened to me, that happened to Matt, that happens to many people. Our
Yeah.
audience, 80% of the people that drink our beer, they just want to cut back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they want
absolutely.
it. They want that taste and the flavor that they love.
I have honestly felt that many times. I have tons of you guys' product at home. As you know, I have cases of it. And even like Riot Fest, I have to drive to and from. I live in the suburbs, so I can't have alcohol tomorrow, but it's going to be really fun to still have a drink. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I don't want to have a water bottle the whole day. Sometimes it's like, it's boring.
Yeah, and I'm not driving to Riot Fest, so I'll do my public transportation there. I'll be able to, do what drink a little bit. But then, like you said, 80% of your drinkers you want to just sometimes cut back a little bit. And that's what I'll probably do when I even though because I don't want to be, for lack of a better way to say it, hammered on the train on the way home.
Well, that's good.
That's what's great about it.
You hit your quota for the year.
Final, right?
Yeah.
Have a final with Go Brewing.
Yeah.
Pace yourself throughout the day. Responsibility. Come see us, have a bunch of fun. I think we're passing around a note right now. But
we can just say what you
we
got
want
there.
to give away some tickets. We want to give away some tickets.
This
to
is
Riot
like
They just
spur
said
of the
that.
moment. We have some extra tickets for Saturday and Sunday, deluxe tickets. We have a
What?
pair.
I know. He just sent me a
Yes.
note. And he goes, "Can I give away?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to stop you from giving our listeners
we
awesome
got so
things."
excited in this challenge, we forgot about the ticket giveaway. So
Cool.
I think, however you guys want to run the contest here, if anyone knows Go Brewing, it'd be incredible for them to participate in this, and however you want to raffle this off. But all you have to do is contact us, and we will send you the tickets via email. So you guys just tell us who the winner is, and however you want to do it.
Wow.
Wow,
All
that's
right.
awesome. Well, let's get a caller.
Yeah, let's
and
make
then
it-
we'll put them on hold and we'll exchange the information when we get the tickets.
Yeah,
Perfect.
make it fair for everybody too. And
Yes.
listen, Go Brewing, your brew house is out in the tap room's out in Naperville.
It is.
And so people should check out gobrewing.com, of course,
It's
the
so
website to
kick-ass.
check it all out.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't say we're in Jewel, Mariano's, Whole Foods, Pete's, Binny's. We are all over the city. So please go try our product if you haven't yet. It's going to be a great weekend for it.
Yeah. And they're going to be at Riot Fest.
Listen, let's just
Right near us. It's so fun.
Yeah, we'll be front of house, and the Go Brewing tent will be right next to us. But they'll also be available everywhere you buy the beer around Riot
Yeah,
Fest there.
absolutely.
That was really important for us. Last year I was there and I couldn't find an NA beer, and their NA seltzer ran out, and I was on a sober streak, and I was like, man, what can I drink here? And at those fests, you're there all day long. You can't be pounding beers. You're going to have to run to the bathroom every 5 seconds. So we are pumped to have our two most popular beers at every stand there.
Well, we're pumped you guys are going to be there. Go Brewing, and it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So 312-591-8300. Call right now. Caller 10 is going to get in there to Riot Fest. Thanks to you guys.
Yeah, thanks to Go Brewing. When you get these tickets, be like, Go Brewing kicks ass. I'm having so much fun.
Well, make sure you stop by their tent for sure.
Absolutely.
Whoever wins these tickets, and talk to Matt and Joe. And thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you for the partnership. We love you guys.
Yeah,
And
you guys are the best. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate
We
it
love you
very
guys.
much.
And they have the best merch in the business, by
They
the way.
do.
The T-shirts are so soft.
We'll have merch at Riot Fest for sale, so come see us.
They are the best shirts. Go Brewing. That's with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So here's the deal. Offspring tonight at the Metro, our pop-up. Our great friends Wintrust Community Bank helped us make this happen. Tomorrow night, Offspring will be playing in front of 50,000 people at Riot Fest, doing Smash in its entirety, one of the greatest albums of all time, of the 90s, I would say. And as Case reminds me, the greatest selling independent album of all time, 11 million copies sold. My wife's second purchase, by the way. Dookie was her first CD. Smash was her second.
Wow, she's a part of history.
She really is part of that history. Now, this is what you should do to get in tonight. Everybody's dying. We're getting so many DMs and messages and calls about, we gave away tickets for the last several weeks. This is it. Your last chance is 3 to 7 p.m. at Almost Home Tavern and Grill. It's just north of the Metro. Excuse me, the Metro. It's where we did. I'm getting emotional.
I know,
Once-
oh my
you
goodness,
mean
you're
a
so
lot to you.
excited.
I know.
I
know.
I want everybody into the Metro.
Do you want to take a breath? Because the Metro is going to be filled. I've had a lot of questions about that. The Metro will be filled to the brim tonight, and
Well,
we're looking forward to being there with everybody.
It's very funny because people have you gotten DMs where people have done the math of how many people have won? Like, well, if it's only giveaways, this is only this many people. I'm like, there's been on-site giveaways, there's been online giveaways, there's been a lot of giveaways, not just on the morning show.
It's not going to be 50 people, I promise you.
I promise.
No.
We're not skimping out.
And more today, 3 to 7 at Almost Home Tavern and Grill with Brian Phillips, broadcasting live, and every half hour. So every half hour, tickets to go to the Metro, which you'll just go walk across the street, and it'll be right there.
What will you do?
Go walk across the street. And even if you don't win, Almost Home Tavern and Grill is an incredible, great bar with food and the Cubs game tonight, too, as well. So just be in the neighborhood, have a blast, but get there at 3 o'clock for your best chance to get into the Offspring tonight. Now, takeaways. Case, what do you got from our listeners today?
This one just came in. First-time texter, 630, welcome to the party. Takeaway, continental breakfast. Here's a muffin, go F yourself.
That's what I'm saying. I had no idea.
I know. It's shocking to me, too. I thought continental breakfast meant breakfast at a hotel.
Me too. Free breakfast.
Kenzie, what do you got?
Patrick texted in takeaway. Kenzie now gets her meal deals from jailhouse menus. It sounded delicious.
A lot of great recipes there. And finally, Trucker Mike texted in takeaway. The head of Case's penis is an elephant's trunk.
Many have said this. This is true. Thank you, Trucker Mike. I appreciate it.
What's on the podcast, Case?
Oh, my goodness. Well, Brian compared my body to a BP oil spill today. If you want more context on that, Brian and Kenzie podcast, where he also offered a heartfelt apology to Ryan Seacrest. You can hear why on the podcast. We learned that people abused their microwave privileges in offices across America. More on that discussion on the podcast. And don't be surprised if a bobcat attacks Brian. You would not believe what he said about these creatures and the new hunting laws in Indiana in 6 a.m. today. Brian, I would watch your back next time you're in Indiana.
Oh, I'm going to watch my back anywhere. I think bobcats can come over the border easily and attack me.
In this country, anything can happen.
No border security from Illinois.
They don't ask for papers. They don't ask for papers on the way over the border from Indiana to Illinois.
No, they do not.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.